just a very smart business person and just person in general, and very helpful. And he'll do anything for you. He, didn't post about it yesterday, but he helped a client change a tire yesterday. They popped it while showing houses. So just an overall great guy, great person to have on your side and on your team. And so through the years of knowing him, we just he's kind of followed my career and real estate. All good, of course, and just thought that'd be exciting and something that'll be fun to get into. And so we were started talking about it, and here we are today. And he's really kicking butt. He's hit the ground running. He's being really resourceful with buyers and out of the box thinking. And so far, everyone's just loved him that's had the opportunity to work with him.
That's fantastic. So for those of you that don't live in Colorado Springs, Matt, are we calling him Matthew Dean? Is that what we're doing?
Matthew? I think we're going for Matthew.
Matthew.
Matthew, yep.
Matthew has had a very successful business that everybody in town uses. They talk about, very respected in the industry, very respected by clients, very cutting edge with marketing and all of that you do with that. And so I just want to be able to come to the live and kind of set the record straight that you still have Timing Belt King. You're
Correct.
still the owner.
Correct.
Of that business. So tell us a little bit about that setup.
About doing both, I guess, or about Timing Belt King.
Yeah. So Timing Belt, you have a manager in place.
Correct. So Jake is the service manager there. So he's going to take care of a lot of the daily stuff. He'd be your point of contact at Timing Belt King. It's been that way for quite some time. I've been mostly off the phones there for a while now. So we got Jake at the front. We got Tim in the back. Tim is the guru with the cars. So they're able to handle anybody's business over there that needs it. And they've been doing good for me. Jake's been with me since the beginning, so 5.5 years, and Tim's been there more than 2 years now. So they got a good rhythm going on, and I felt like I could really, sort of step aside and let them do their thing while I try something new. I'm almost 40, and I felt like it was time to give something else a go for a little while.
Yeah, follow your dreams and do what you want to do and get into real estate. And I think that that's important, as having the people surround you, like Dean, Leanne, and Angela for me, that have been with me for years and years and years and years. Having those people alongside of you that have your back, that you can trust, so that you can all fulfill your dreams, is so important. So I'm so thankful that you have that. And I know that you did a lot of research before joining companies. What made you decide on eXp?
I think there's a lot of things that make me lean toward eXp. I mean, I'd be silly if I didn't say that, probably the number one reason I'm joining eXp is because I wanted to work side by side with Dean. That's probably the number one reason, but not that I would just step into that blindly and take that for what it's worth. We've had to kind of get creative and figure out how we could even do that, since he's in your team. And, we weren't sure if with the auto shop still running, if I was going to be able to, try to join a team and be that solid of a player, right off the bat. I just wasn't sure yet. So, eXp gave me some freedom that way. That I didn't have to do this, or I didn't have to do that. You're your own boss. But once I found out about the technology in eXp with the world and the way they use Workplace and all of those kind of things, the appeal of it immediately came down to the technology. So for me, I think that's where it's all going. I think a lot of the brokerages are resisting it, and they're resisting some of the outside influence that's really technology driven also. So, you're not going to fight the technology with with old school pen and paper. It's gonna take these new ideas and the new ways that that they're working on that makes sense for both the agent, makes sense for the client, makes sense for the broker. So to me, the setup really just made sense once I looked at the way that all of them are laid out. The thought of being in like a little boutique type of firm sounds great until you really see like the compliance side and all of the things that you'd have to keep up on. And with eXp, there's a whole staff for that. That's all taken care of for you, and really at a much lower price than you would pay to have that stuff taken care of for you somewhere else.
For sure. That's some of the things that drew us to eXp is the compliance piece, learning new things along the way. And when we have a question, being able to get our question answered, not having to leave a message, but actually being able to, like, we do have that capability as well, but being able to walk into the world. And if it's an accounting question or compliance question, walking in, there is some fun stuff in eXp. And I do know that you guys took a boat ride the other day to
Yep.
have some fun. Like, those are some cool things. I mean, they're not obviously there for you to do all the time, but I think it's just fun to be a part of that and have something different that other people can't offer. So tell us a little bit about your family, Matt.
Okay, so I am married. I have 3 kids. I have an 8-year-old daughter, and I have 4-year-old twins, a boy and a girl. So it's pretty busy around my house. There's a lot of activity here. My mother-in-law lives with us, so that's a big help for us. She helps us take care of the kids during the day when they're not in school. And, so she's been a big help for us since we moved her in with us a couple years ago. But the family aspect for me is pretty important. And, I think that's part of being a real estate agent, is you want to have this time with your family while balancing, I got to go do this showing and stuff like that. But I have a real supportive family that, wants to see my success. And so they're rooting for me all the way through it. So we take the time when we get it and show the houses when we don't. And it works out really, really pretty good so far. I've gotten a lot more time with the twins since I started this. Evie's in school, so it's a little less for her, but I've been able to definitely see and spend more time with the twins since I started this project. So that's been nice.
That's fantastic. Dean, what questions do you have for Matt? What do you want people to know about Matt?
I don't know so much questions, but more just, what I've noticed so far. It's just, I've been really impressed, and I can't wait to see where it's going to go next, because he just brings a fresh set of ideas and perspectives. Because, I've been doing this now 6-7 years, so you lose track. And I have lots of experience, of course, right? Just from that amount of years in the transactions, but there's the market's constantly changing. And so we're working with several clients together, which has also been great, because when I'm in a meeting or I'm busy, they're still getting that immediate attention. But he's even kind of challenged me a few times. He's like, hey, what about this? Or why don't we try this with the client? Not try it, like test it out, but why don't we offer this approach? Or have you thought about this? And so it's kind of nice because, the clients are just getting that, lots of experience with a fresh mind, fresh perspective as well, and the extra time. So that's been a great aspect. But in terms of questions, I would just, I don't know. I mean, I would just, I don't have a question, I guess. It was more just an experience of how it's going.
Matt, what would you say is one of the goals that what do you think that people have to learn from you as far as the real estate industry goes? Like, you have a lot to learn from us, but we also have a lot to learn from you. So what's one of the things that you think that you bring to the table that we as a collective group of realtors, like, what can we learn from you?
I think just starting young as a business owner, I learned to be really resourceful. And I feel like I've noticed that a lot of realtors are reaching out for ideas for solutions. And a lot of times they're just getting the same solutions, that aren't working for them. Since everything's changing, I feel like there's some perspective that's only being carried from within, and some of that is those old school things that were working for forever, and they say don't change it if it isn't broke or whatever. But we're starting to get these outside influence from different things, and I don't know if it's adjusting fast enough. So I think maybe just coming from outside and having to have been resourceful in a different way is going to be useful. We have to, as a mechanic, you solve problems every day, usually problems you've never seen before. And so, sometimes it's easy. It's something you've seen, you just, take care of it. But a lot of times you're at least the ones that stand out that are a struggle, you have to find a way to fix it. You have to find a way to get the information you need. You have to be resourceful and find the people who can help you get the information you need. And I think that is going to be something I can show, that how to get that done, to utilize this person or that person for their skills and bring it all together and collaborate to make it happen. Because I know in this market, it's just crazy, the things that you hear people trying and it isn't working. And, but a lot of what I'm hearing, is just throw more money at the problem, or, try this with another, add this on or add that on, and that's just more effort. We need to find the solution that works from the get-go. And so I'm hoping that, just being creative and resourceful, and I know a lot of people outside of this industry that are also in business, do different things. And so I'm hoping that I can bring those people in to bring fresh perspective too. It makes a lot of sense to get, 50 realtors in a room and get everybody's opinion, but, it might make more sense also to add in 25 people who have nothing to do with real estate and see how they would handle it, because they're not stuck on those same old ideas. The progress, I think, is what I'm noticing. Like I bought a house 8 years ago, so I know what everything was like then, and now the difference in 8 years is huge. I mean, this is huge how much it's changed. And I just want to make sure that, the people around me, the people I'm aligning myself with are working towards staying ahead of that gap instead of getting stuck in it. Absolutely.
I agree with that more. So much. Like, I think that is very well said, and I could not agree with you more. Is there anything else that you would like to add to our live video?
I didn't have anything necessarily that I was trying to make sure I got out there. I guess just, trying to make sure that everybody knows that I'm here and I'm ready to do this, and I'm taking it seriously. And I don't think this is an easy money job. I think some people perceive it that way, like, oh, the market's hot, so you're going to make a bunch of money. And I know it doesn't work like that. I want people to know that I'm in it to solve problems. I'm in it to find solutions. And I'm that's how I'm going to help people get what they need. Right now you have to be creative to get buyers in a home. And being creative on the selling side will help us to maximize the profit without creating big headaches, for the sellers. It's easy enough to just say, hey, we're going to make it like an auction, but that's really not that easy to, if you got 40 offers in front of you, that's really not something that people want to deal with. That's not my goal. I think we can find ways to align people together and get the right solutions without a lot of struggle. And that's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
That is a great goal. And Dean is an amazing mentor. He's one of the best realtors that I know in all of the industry. And I don't like to give him a ton of compliments. We have to keep it toned down a little bit. Hey, Dean, did you like your gift today?
Oh,
Geez.
I was wondering who that was.
It wasn't from me, but I do know who it was from. So it's a squirrel.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, there we go.
For those of you that know Dean, he loves Piper, he loves squirrels, and he loves cats. I learn that what you love, because I'm sure you love something similar.
What do I love?
Yeah.
Cars. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just always cars. It comes back to cars.
Dean cars too, but
I do love cars. Yeah, that's how that's where we get it off.
How we connected. That me and Dean connected on cars. Early on in his real estate career, and so I've been able to sort of follow his growth and real estate. But we connected over cars, and interestingly enough, I mean, there's some overlap, but very different styles of cars that we care for, or at least historically. So which is okay, because that's how it is with clients and friendships and everything. Like you can like the same things but have different takes on what you like or what you don't like, and still appreciate what the other person's perspective or interest is. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not looking for an echo chamber in anything. I'm looking for that outside perspective, and so but for the most part, in my personal life, it comes down to cars. I enjoy lots of different things in cars, and just staying ahead of that technology too is almost impossible. So I've just been enjoying myself with that. I have an old Fiat, and if I can make some money selling real estate, I want to do some cool stuff with the old Fiat and fix it up and maybe make my own electric car out of it. That's maybe my 5-year plan for what I can do in my hobby time.
That's fantastic. Well, Matt, welcome to the eXp family. We are so happy to have you with us. And
I'm happy to be here. Very happy.
Well, thank you guys so much. If you want to reach out to Matt, he is ready to assist you in buying and selling. He has an amazing mentor, Dean, who I have so much to say today, but I know.
Dean's gonna need his whole own episode.
He does. These two guys would literally give you the shirt off their backs. And it's good that the client needed a flat tire change with you and not me, because I could have only called AAA for them. So,
yeah, that was kind of a situation yesterday, but it turned out fine. I mean, it's frustrating, when you're in the middle and everything's scheduled, and and you got to stop and handle something else. But of all the things I could have had to do for them, I mean, it couldn't have been more in my wheelhouse, so.
Sure. Welcome to real estate. You think you're zigging and you're zagging.
Yeah, no doubt. And so it was, and I was out of my element. We were down in Pueblo. So I didn't even have, all my resources to say, hey, I could just get one of the guys from the shop to bring us some stuff if we needed it. We had to just get the job done. And I mean, a tire is not that crazy of a deal, but it could have, it could have gone a lot worse depending on who was there to help handle it. So
yeah, well,
hopefully I don't have to change any more tires, but if it's that easy, that'll be easy.
You will. You'll need to paint houses, paint sheds, scrape paint chips,
clean toilets,
clean carpet, haul out trash, clean out a crawl space. Leanne and I cleaned out a crawl space. My dogs, like you name it, you're going to experience it. It's part of the magic of real estate. So
And luckily he's been with me when I've done like the cleaning toilet example. Like he was right there. It was one of our friends buying with the team, and he was in on it too, and he experienced that firsthand.
Yes, and my first house that I ever bought was an absolute wreck. I mean, just an absolute wreck. And so I know what it can look like in real estate. So, you know, I'm ready for the surprises and the challenges. I think if anybody's adaptable to those type of things, it's me. I'm very, very quick to just turn around and find a solution. And, you know, I get frustrated, but not outwardly. So generally speaking, when things happen, I like to just move forward and make the next step happen and try to get to the end point that, you know, hopefully can be the same as where we started, you know, and if not, then we just adjust and align and go that way. So
yep.
My resiliency and my ability to come up with solutions should fare well for all of us in this group, and I'm hoping that I can share and come up with ideas that other people can implement in their business as well. And I fully expect to see those type of things coming very soon. And right now I'm just trying to get some experience under my belt, trying to get in the trenches and feel what it feels to really be out there doing it. And you know, I spent all day yesterday showing houses and videoing houses and trying to get things done. And I'm just kind of learning those ropes. And I got Dean right there to teach me what to do and to back me up if I need anything. And it's been good. I'm really happy to be in it, and I see great things coming.
And he's been doing that every day. I mean, it's not just been yesterday, and you know, it's over the weekend. It was last week, and he's already experienced the barrage of different clients at the same time, all sending you text messages about houses, and it can be overwhelming. But he's really handled it quite well. I mean, there's times where I'm like, I need to check out, you know, like this is too much, you know. But he's really been good about that, and he's had a good attitude and good perspective. So it's been good to see that.
Well, that's awesome. Well, Matt, if you ever need anything from us, we're here. Of course, you have Dean, but I just wanted to be one of the first ones to say welcome to eXp.
Well, thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Have a great day.
Yep,
you too.